welcome back to the channel. Well, y'all, it's been a while. It's been a minute, and I know I've been quiet on here. It's not because I didn't want to show up. It's because life got really, really real. So I wanted to sit down with you guys today, share a little life update. Nothing fancy, just letting you guys know how my life is going, from grieving to shifting rooms to hopefully getting back to sewing. The biggest thing that has happened in my life in the last couple months is we lost RJ's mom. And if you don't know who RJ is my husband. And the loss of his mom has been really, really hard. She wasn't just my mother-in-law. She was my mom. She was my family. I don't share my story often, but I was raised by my great-grandmother along with 5 of my siblings. So I have more siblings, but 5 of my siblings and myself was in the household. And at the age of 15, my mother passed away when we were just getting ready to reconnect. Then at the age of 18, my great-grandmother died. And RJ's mom came into my life at 18 and was there so much. She was my partner in crime in so many areas. Even when RJ complains about the fact that I pack too much, she would say, RJ, women need their stuff. She was a force, but her love was steady. We shared a bond over sewing. She would ask what I was working on. We would talk about patterns together, projects. She would cheer me on. When I first learned how to sew, it was her who helped me. She was the person who understood that buying fabric is another hobby within itself. Yeah, she was my person. So when she passed away, sewing wasn't what it was. It wasn't peaceful. It was heavy. I hoped that sewing would help. I even thought about sewing my dress for her service, but I couldn't. Being in my sewing space wasn't the same anymore. It was hard. And it just made me miss her more. It was a space that we shared, and it hurt to sit and knowing that she would never come back in here. So I stopped sewing altogether. But even though I wasn't sewing, of course, I still needed to create. I needed to do something. And I ended up writing a whole book. Yes, I know, guys, this wasn't on my plan, but I ended up writing a book. It's called A Dance on Main Street. It is my debut album, and I still can't believe that I get to even say that. It comes from a place that is very tender, and it helped me work through this grieving process. It helped me heal. I think she would have got a kick out of the fact that I wrote a book, because we both have a love of reading, and I think she would have found it funny. So even though I wasn't in my sewing room, I was still creating, and it made everything that I was going through a little easier, and it was just a new way to create. It kept me afloat. So if you want to know more about my debut book, A Dance on Main Street, just let me know. I'm actually having my first book signing this Saturday, and I'm starting to get a little excited, but I have nothing to wear. That's a whole different conversation. But in the meantime, I kind of started to get back into the sewing world. One of the things that did not help was that my Joann's was closed. Y'all, I wasn't sewing, but you guys know, you like to go into the stores and feel the fabric, and you like to talk to other people who are shopping. You like to look at patterns. You like to imagine what you're going to create next, and my Joann's was closed. We knew it was coming. We had time to process it, but we lost one of our safe spaces. And when mine's finally closed down, I was really sad. It was one more thing that was gone. So then I started coming back into the sewing world, and now I hear the big 5. So McCall's, Butterick, Simplicity, Vogue, and Nobi, their parent company, is in bankruptcy. And they're merging, they're laying people off, and we possibly could lose them. The very foundation of what a lot of us know in the sewing world, so many things that we lean on, is shaky. And I really thought, if I even wanted to come back, right? Maybe just giving up sewing altogether and just being done. of course, life happens and something changed again. So I can't talk about it just yet. This one's down the road, but my husband needed some more workspace at home. And we had our house set up and we had changed things and just, it wasn't working anymore. So we needed to rearrange things. I rearranged my sewing room. Yes, we moved furniture, we moved workstations, we moved fabric, we moved machines. And at first it was just for him, but somewhere in shifting my sewing room that now I'm sharing with him, it made me want to come back into my space. When I cleared off my work table, when I got rid of stuff that I didn't need, when I reorganized my fabric, it made me feel like sitting and creating and thinking about sewing again. So I wanted to sew again, and not with pressure, not with trying to make up for lost time, just for the love of it. This past weekend, I even sewed a mock-up. So there was a course that I took to sew a dress block, and guys, it came out nearly perfect. I'm going to post a video of it to give you all the information, but I am really excited. I have a few adjustments to make on it, but once I make those adjustments, I have the perfect block to be able to expand and do some different projects with that one block. So I'm super excited. Just finished trying to expand my sewing skills. So right before my mother-in-law passed, I had finished a corset, my first corset for my daughter for her 8th grade dance, and it came out amazing. I'll post a video of it because I want you all to see her dress. And of course, she's already asked me for another dress for homecoming that's a little bit over a month away. So do I need to get started on that? Yes. Do I need to get my mojo back? Yes. Am I going to be able to finish that? I don't know. I don't know. Guys, I've missed sewing. I've missed making things with my hands. I miss pressing, and I miss finishing a garment saying, ooh, that's cute. But most of all, guys, I miss you. I miss my community. I miss sitting down, talking through things with you guys. That's something that I can't find just everywhere. You guys have walked with me in so many seasons, and even when I'm not posting, your likes and your comments and your check-ins, they mean more than you will ever know. So that's where I've been. I've been grieving, I've been writing, I've been rearranging, I've been healing, even if it's slow. So if you're in a space where something you used to love is just not working anymore, give yourself grace. If you need to step back from it and just breathe, do that. It may look like rearranging a room. It may look like reading or writing a book. And sometimes it's just breathing for a while. Give yourself the grace to be able to do what you need to get what you need. If you've been sewing, let me know what you're working on. If you haven't been sewing, let me know what's going on in your life anyway. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you haven't checked it out, A Dance on Main Street is available now on Amazon. So get your copies. It's hard copies, the paperback, and also ebooks. This book holds so much in my heart. I love you guys, and I hope to see you really soon back in my sewing room. I'll talk to you later. Bye. That fashion girl.